You shut down your phone. You close your laptop. You turn off your tablet. You put them away for a week, maybe two. And when you come back, the battery is nearly dead, or completely dead, even though you did everything right, even though nothing was running. It doesn't make sense. You turned it off, so where did all the power go? Here's what makes this so confusing. We've been taught that off means off, that shutting something down stops it from using energy, that closing the lid or holding the power button should freeze everything in place until we return. And for most of our lives, with most of our devices, that mental model worked just fine. But with modern electronics, that assumption quietly stopped being true, and nobody really explained when or why. The frustration is real. You charge your devices to full, power them down properly, and assume they'll be ready when you need them. Then you're on a trip, or coming back from a break, or reaching for that backup battery pack, and it's drained. Not a little drained, almost empty. You start wondering if something's broken, if you did something wrong, if there's a setting you missed. But the truth is, this is normal, and it's happening for reasons most people never think about. Let's start with the battery itself. Even if you disconnected a lithium-ion battery completely, removed it from any device, and left it sitting on a shelf, it would still lose charge, slowly but steadily. This is called self-discharge, and it's built into the chemistry. Inside the battery, tiny reactions are always happening. Electrons drift, chemical bonds shift, energy leaks away as heat. It's not a defect, it's just how batteries work. The rate varies depending on temperature, age, and battery quality, but it's always happening, even in isolation. Now add the device back in. When you press the power button and shut down your phone or laptop, you're turning off the operating system. You're closing apps, ending processes, telling the software to stop. But that doesn't mean the hardware stops listening. In fact, most modern devices are designed to stay partially awake. They keep a trickle of power running to specific circuits. Why? Because users expect convenience. You want your phone to remember the time. You want your laptop to respond when you open the lid. You want Bluetooth to detect your headphones. You want voice assistants to hear wake words. All of that requires power. A tiny amount, but it adds up. Think of it like a house at night. The lights are off. Everyone's asleep. But the security system is still armed. The refrigerator is still humming. The smoke detectors are still listening. The house looks completely dark from the outside, but inside, small systems are quietly running, drawing power around the clock. Your devices work the same way. They appear off, but they're really in a very deep sleep, holding on to just enough energy to wake up fast when you need them. Or imagine a parked car. The engine is off, nobody's driving, but the car is still listening to the key fob. It's still running the alarm. It's still keeping the clock accurate. That's not a malfunction, that's intentional design. Shutting off the engine doesn't mean shutting off everything. Your electronics follow the same logic. Off doesn't mean zero power, it means minimal power. And minimal over days or weeks still drains the battery. Here's where it gets less intuitive. Batteries don't age like other objects. A 3-year-old battery doesn't just hold less charge when it's in use, it also loses charge faster when it's idle. As a battery degrades, its internal resistance increases. More energy converts to heat instead of stored charge. The self-discharge rate climbs. So an old phone or laptop can lose battery dramatically faster during storage, even if nothing else has changed. It's not broken, it's just worn. And then there's heat. Batteries hate heat. High temperatures accelerate every process that drains charge. Self-discharge speeds up. Chemical degradation accelerates. If you store a device somewhere warm, a closet in summer, a car trunk, even a hot desk drawer, the battery will drain much faster than it would in a cool environment. Cold slows these reactions down. Heat speeds them up. It's invisible, but it's one of the biggest factors. Most people assume that if the screen is black and the fans are silent, nothing is happening. But that assumption comes from older technology. Devices that actually powered off when you flipped the switch. devices that drew zero current when idle. Those still exist, but they're rare now. Modern electronics trade full shutdown for instant-on convenience. They stay ready, they stay connected, and that readiness costs energy even when you're not using them. This shows up everywhere. Your wireless earbuds lose charge in the case. Your e-reader dies after weeks untouched. Your backup battery pack sits in a drawer for months and comes out half empty. Your car battery drains if the vehicle sits too long. It's not just phones and laptops, it's anything with a rechargeable battery and a microcontroller. The more features a device has, the more power it needs to maintain them even in standby. Why does this matter? Because we rely on these devices in emergencies, when the power goes out, when we're traveling, when we need a backup. And discovering that something you charged months ago is now useless changes how you think about preparation. It also explains why some devices hold charge better than others. Simpler electronics, older designs, or devices with true hardware shutoffs will outlast their smarter, more convenient counterparts. It's a trade-off: convenience versus longevity. Devices lose charge while powered down because batteries naturally self-discharge over time, and modern electronics are designed to stay partially alive, maintaining memory, timekeeping, and instant readiness even when switched off. Off isn't really off anymore. It's just very, very quiet. And that quiet hum, week after week, is where your battery goes.